Okay. Well, after having good intentions of shooting some video yesterday and then not doing it, it's Tuesday now, and there's a million possibilities of different things to do around here, but I think this is where I'm going to start today. I've got two bottoms that I have wire brushed and ran the flap wheel on, and it's actually kind of a beautiful day here. The wind's not blowing, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that third bottom today. You see all that lumber under that 756? Believe it or not, that's a shelf. We're going to build that later on, and then we'll put it up in the new garage because it needs storage space over there for the for the garden items. That was half the reason that garage was built. Let's see what else out here. We're going to put a charger on that battery because this POS needs motivation. I've got D17 plans, and I'm just going to have to suck it up and start working on that and see if I can get it to go. The loader needs to come off of it until I can get the tractor to work, and then the loader will probably go back on before it gets sold, but we're a long ways from selling that one. A little random trivia for you guys. Maybe somebody will recognize this besides me, but I found this the other day, and I just laying on top of the ground, and I thought, what is that? You know, it's iron. I don't want it in a tire, so I picked it up. And I got to think, it's carbide tipped. And I was trying to think what Dad would have had around here that had a carbide tip on it. And that, I really drew a blank on that one. We'll look at this 45 while we're here for something to look at while I'm talking. What I'm pretty sure that is a tooth off of, I don't know, the cutter, I'll call it, from a stump grinder, because I had some stumps ground last year, and I'll bet that is a broken tooth off a stump grinder because they are carbide tipped. Anyway, just a little random trivia. Oh yeah, we got to put that back on the trailer, and I screwed up one seal on this trailer when I was repacking the wheel bearings, and I have procured another seal, so that's also on our list today. There's our shelf building workbench, and since I see something strange over here, let's walk over and talk about that. When I was down at Mike's the other day, he had told me I could have these, and I'm pretty sure those are for a case, but I'm not 100% sure. So if any of you guys know, and I may text a picture of that to my case authority guy, which I don't think Stan watches my channel, but maybe I should alert him to it. Anyway, if I can find the phone, we'll shut this off and bring you back when there's actually something going to happen. I already played Where Are the Car Keys today. Now I guess we play Where Did I Put the Stupid Phone? There it is. Right there on top of the CA where I left it. Okay, so I've been wire brushing on this a little bit, and there's still plenty to do on that front. I just decided to stop and take a break, not kill myself. It really is shining up. I can't believe how well this plow is shining up, but the reason I bring you back right now is this stone. Watching John Gard on, I believe it's All Things Moldboard Plow, you can see how our cut pattern from the flap wheel are kind of this way, and they should be this way to make the flow of the dirt better. And so he talks about polishing them with the stone a little bit which I don't. And I'm not going to film a lot of this, but I know from working in the tool room with die-cast dies and plastics molds, which both really ought to be one or the other because they're shooting molten material into a cavity to make a part, but that's another thing for me to ponder the rest of my life. Anyway, they call that draw polishing. It's similar to draw polishing a mold or a die cavity, so that when the machine opens, the press, the part releases from the cavity or the pins or whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this back bottom with the stone, and we will do a comparison to see if it works better than just hitting them with the flap wheel after we wire brush. So I'd like to take a little break and work on the trailer, but this chunk of concrete is where I'm going to be today, and it's occupied by this tractor and plow. So I guess we're going to finish this and then we'll move on to the trailer later. And yes, I love this stupid app. Well, call me crazy, but I think that stone actually shined that up quite a bit. I mean, obviously I didn't get all of the scratches from the flap wheel out of it, but it does seem brighter. And again, we're trying to get our scratches with the dirt flow. And while you can still see scratches, obviously the shin is worse, but you can still see them. But I'm going to guess that if we could magnify that enough, that stone has knocked the ridges down a fair amount, hopefully enough to help. It's looking like I'll probably won't be able to plow with this until Mid-Iowa Antique Power Association show in August. I'll probably take this one and the one I've been using, just in case I can't make this one work like I want it. I'll have my Old Faithful. So I'll bring you back later. Plenty more to do today. I need to get that mower deck moved so that I can get this CA out. The grass is just about ready, folks. All right, getting toward the end of the day. I'm ready to wind down, but here's a little project that if I get going on this, it's going to require a, yeah, we may have to start over. A playlist, that's what it might require. I'm going to have to, I've got a couple of those. I'm going to have to figure out how to do it some more. All right, the reason I got going on this project and then got sidetracked, these are Power Just wheel rails out of junk rims, 28 inch, and I thought that they were different lengths. I thought I had 4 out of one width rim and 4 out of a different width rim. And I took, you can see that I've done the hard part on half of them, but not on the other half. So when I was down at Mike's, I was looking, because he's got a lot of junk rims. If I could just find one with the right length rails, I was hoping for longer ones, because the rims that I have to weld them into are 15 inch. Like I say, these came out of 12s. So, I don't know, I can make them work for, you know, I'll just lay them out closer to one side, and then we can put these tires on 15 inch wide rims, and then we'll have a good pair of 13s for something. I talked about and finally got it done. I got that trailer, I got the tire changed that took the spare off of it, and that spare is only a 4-ply tire. I thought it was a 10. It's not in the best of shape. We may have to look for a new spare. I don't know how well you can see it, but I took the power washer to that tractor over there today. It was filthy. It still needs more, but it's a lot better than it was. And since it's probably going tractor riding Saturday, I wanted it cleaner. Over here, I got my shelf put up. I thought about doing some of this in time warp, and I didn't, and we had a lot of fits and starts, so it, you know, it's there. It'll hold the stuff that I'm going to put on it. You know, it's just more stuff like that. A lot of empty coffee cans with no bottom in them for the tomato plants is what I'm going to put on there. So it's I've made a lot of these shelves in the past, and wider boards are better, but I'm about down to 2x6s, so it is what it is. I got water pump impeller to put in that 135 one of these days, and the 15 on that one needs attention in order for me to do any fishing from a boat this year. So I think I'm gonna wind this down, put things away, and go for a ride on the 45. Thanks for watching.